ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, Christian Paul speaking. Alright? This following episode here contains graphic content that may not be suitable for definitely children and some other viewers involved, which could involve graphic language, visual graphic content, and or both. Viewer discretion is advised.
I did some things too, with FNF that, I could have done better.
Like what?
Like, for instance, I was in charge of planning a party, the big 1 million subscriber party. And there's this guy at the Paramount. And I got into it with him because he was yelling at me. And I was like, you're not going to talk to me like that. Like, you know who the fuck I am? I was like, no, I don't know who the fuck you are. Come to find out, this guy was a really big, person here in Miami. He's connected. I ended up going back and telling the team, I was like, yeah, I did a good thing. These people aren't going to get over on us because they were charging us too much. And I thought the team was going to have my back. And now that Fresh was kind of like, oh, man, you should watch how you talk to people because you don't know who they are. And I'm like, fuck that, bro. Like, I'm not going to let nobody disrespect me because they have status. And it's funny because these dudes worship Andrew Tate. And Andrew Tate would have stood up for himself. Mm-hmm. But it's like, I guess Andrew Tate's fine because he has status. But me, because I didn't have the status that they do, they're like, oh, well, you should just take it. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. I'm like, Fresh, if you want to go to sleep like that, knowing that you're a little bitch, then that's on you. But for me, I'm not cool with that. And I was like, as a matter of fact, bro, you're probably going to be a lot more successful than I am because I'm just going to burn that bridge.
Welcome, ladies and mainly gentlemen, to The Nerd Chronicles. This is your host, Proud Lane, certified beta male simp, manjana, whatever it is in no game. The socially awkward nerd Christian Paul is in the motherfucking building, ladies and gentlemen. And what we have, ladies and gentlemen, is mainly Fresh and Fit Jr. We got another new trio of your self-help, self-proclaimed alpha male gurus. Pseudo alpha male gurus. I'm actually explaining why it's pseudo alpha in a bit later on in the clip. But you have a new emerging self-help, red pill, alpha male, pseudoscience, whatever it is doing the same old narrative, bringing a bunch of women on, basically trying to mimic Fresh and Fit system, what Myron, Fresh, and Chris are doing. And we basically have the junior versions of Marvin Gaines, Fresh Prince CEO, and the gentleman that's off camera is mainly Chris Jr. And so I want to try and dig into a clip here to show why they're actually basically pseudo alpha with one clear example how they're mainly really triggered and how they're losing mainly respect throughout the whole room. And there's a clip that talks about the title Unknown Body Count Chick Gets Kicked Out. And we are going to see what the reason why here. So let's get right into it.
And just raise your hand if you're an honest person. Raise your hand. If you're an honest person, raise your hand. Wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're not honest.
You're not honest?
You are honest or you're not?
I'm not honest.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So she's not honest. Okay, so real quick, we're going to play a game, okay? We're going to rate each other off beauty alone.
Now you're going to see how the whole kickout's actually starting to brew, right? Because it's easy to say it's you're honest, but when the stuff really hits the fan, what you going to do? But continue.
Just off your beauty, okay? So the way you look, okay? Not off personality, not off anything else, just off your beauty. So what I want you to do is, right here, you're going to rate her all the way on down from 1 to 10. 10 means you're a supermodel. 1 means you're butt ugly. 5 means you're an average looking person. So just off beauty alone, I want you to give her a rating from 1 to 10. Go.
Oh my God. Go ahead. I think she's an 8.
You think she's an 8?
What the fuck?
What is she over here?
I think she's a 9.
You think she's a 9? Yeah. What is she?
Only 7 just because you're argumentative.
No. Remember,
7 because you argumentative.
No.
Off beauty, not personality.
Off beauty.
Okay. Alright.
So just off beauty. So she's a 7. What about her?
10.
She's a 10. What is she over here?
You are 8.5.
All right. The girl next to you. What is she?
You are 8.
Speaking to the mic. She's 8. All right, cool. Now you over here, I want you to do the same thing. Go all the way around. Go.
Okay, you are a 6. You are a 8.
Stop being delusional.
Go ahead.
You are a 6.
What is she?
She's an 8.
Okay.
She's a 7. And you are a 6.
All right, cool. You, I want you to do the same thing. Go.
7.
Speak into the mic. Go.
8.
All right. What about her?
7.
Girl next to you.
8. I promise I'm not trying to be repetitive.
All right. What is she right here?
7.
What is she right here?
Wrong.
7.
Okay. You literally said 7, 8, 7, 8, 7. Okay.
I'm so
All right. What
sorry.
about you over there? I want you to rate her all the way on down. Go.
Just look.
Just looks. And I want you to put the mic facing you.
Okay.
Yes.
Turn it.
Yeah, do me a favor. Miami Dade. Face that mic towards her. There you go. All right, cool. Real quick. Rate her from 1 to 10. Go.
You're an 8.
All right.
You're a 100.
Wrong.
What? Why you say wrong?
My goodness. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue with the show.
We're back, man. I don't know what the fuck just happened. All right.
Internet or something.
I don't know what just happened, but shout out to you guys for sticking with us. Real quick, we were saying you gave them all 10s, correct? All right. So real quick, why are they all 10s?
Because I feel like
Somebody
they're
said
beautiful.
voodoo for capping.
And take note, they're actually doing the rating based off of personal opinion and how they think alone. Based on what they think, what their rating basically is. We're gonna actually get to that in a bit.
I'm sorry. You said they're all 10s.
Yeah, they're
All right.
beautiful.
So
I found them beautiful.
all right. You know what? We're not gonna argue with you, bro.
Yeah.
What about you? I want you to rate her all the way on down. Go.
I hate this game.
Listen, ladies. I don't care if you hate the game. It's just the game. All right. We're gonna rate the guys too. You guys are gonna rate us. Okay. So real quick.
And the tone by what Homeboy is doing is a bit off. Because I know he's doing like a much aggressive tone that's like much forced and filtered, rather than like a bit more loose and encouraging. That's the issue I have with him. But with Eric here, I'm not saying to try to slam him because they're young and they're just starting to build. But I just wish he would deliver actually much professionally, much calmer. Unless those women were natural towards him first, then you know all hell breaks loose, and he got full range to actually match the energy. But let's continue.
1 to 10. Go.
8.
She's an 8. What is she?
8.
Into the mic, please.
8.
Okay. What is she?
1,000.
1,000. All right. Delusion. You guys are friends. You guys are friends. That's very delusional. Yes, that's very. But we're not. I'm not asking.
not.
I'm not asking you guys to joke right now. I'm asking you guys.
10.
All right. So she's a 10. What is she right there?
9.
And what is she? I'm sorry. What is she right there?
8.
And what is she?
8.
All right. Cool.
Stop being delusional.
What the fuck?
All right. So now what I want you to do is, ladies, real quick, don't fucking waste my time.
Now this is the big one right there. Now they're gonna have now these three gentlemen here are gonna have these women come by and have them rate them based on their personal opinion. So this is gonna be very interesting, like what I'm about to say. Let's go.
Rate the guys. Do me a favor, Josh. Stand up real quick, man. Everybody look at him once, man. He's not gonna stand up again. All right. So I want you to rate me, my co-host, and then our fucking producer. Go from 1 to 10, just off beauty. Go. Speak into the fucking mic.
I would rate
No.
you.
First you're rating me, and then him, and then
Okay.
him. Go.
I'll rate you a 7.
All right. What is he?
I'll rate you an 8,
All right.
and I'll rate Josh an 8 also.
Okay.
And again, all of this is based off of the woman's individual opinion, not a fact. Continue.
About you? Go.
I would rate you a 8.
Okay.
9.
Okay. Come on, he just fucking stood up, bro. Like, come on.
I would say 9.
All right. What about you over there? Go.
Oh man, you have to try and get him Lily on the dot. I tell y'all, Eric is Myron Jr. Warming up, just trying to get like a kick out cam, just to get like more attention and views.
2.
Okay.
give him a 9.
Okay. What is she over there?
I'll give him a 10 because
Okay.
he invited me.
All right. So again, you sound like a stupid.
Whoa. That right there, ladies and gentlemen. Why would the main host up here, right? Why would he call a guest here basically dumb, give her all these type of expletives just because she said, based on a personal opinion on rating and looks alone, based on her personal opinion? Okay, this is her personal opinion, not fact. And we're gonna actually try and dig more deep into like what really went down at this. But the way, the tone that he's really talking towards her. I know these other two dudes are actually mainly chill, but because they're literally in the same group and not actually trying to calm them down, I'm gonna have to go at them literally as well, which was really gone wrong without this whole ordeal. He gets mad just because C gives him like a very cruddy ranking, or she's just not really that interested in him. Like, dog, like, you know. Let me continue.
I'm trying to figure out why you rated me a 2 because we're not
Because it's a personal opinion on how she felt at the moment. Because she felt extremely uncomfortable and like how you set the tone literally throughout the whole show and how she felt comfortable. Maybe her looks just wasn't really off. So maybe it was that's why she gave you a 2. Eric, just move on. Let them be. Treat these women in a professional manner. Handle your business. And once the show is done, just don't bring on again and just let it be. But be cordial about it and be very respectful about it, and for future reference the next time around, so not to be literally treat women like an ass and not having your show become like an open misogynist panel and having that little misogyny label literally right up in front of you, just like Fresh and Fit.
going off our interactions. We're going off beauty.
I don't like light-skinned niggas.
I don't.
That's
give a
their
fuck.
right. That's the key, right there. That's the main reason why she gave Eric a 2 based on her opinion. She's just not interested in him, and because he does not really want to hear what she has to say. You know, look at the frank casting that is about to go and take place.
He's light skinned just like me, and you just gave him a 9. You gave me a 2. You only gave me a 2 because of the whole interaction that we've been having, right? So do me a favor, get the fuck up and get the fuck out.
Thank you.
That's what it's actually basically about, man. This stuff right here. I'm not gonna literally go forward on this whole ordeal. That stuff is literally childish, because there's like a lot of various reasons why that women may give you like a very low rating, even though they could be light skinned than like the other, and they may give like the other guy like a high rating. Maybe like they have like better attractive looks, or maybe they dress better. We don't know, and we don't care. You know what I mean? I've been mainly called weirdo like the majority of my time during high school. I've been called odd during my time in college as well. I've been having women flake on me basically the majority of my life. And that doesn't really fluster me from like what's really going on. I have my plurb staying here and there based on interest on like not knowing how to control my emotions and all that other stuff. And I take the time to try to learn to get better literally every single day. What these guys are doing, right? What he going through right now, I say this: he coming from a place of insecurity. Just because he coming from like a hardcore, self-proclaimed alpha male, high-value channel, well, like the rest of the guys there, they have the same stick as mainly these Fresh and Fit dudes mainly come about, which is one of the main reasons why channels like this, when they invite people that are literally extremely sus, and they try to literally protect certain folks that are gung-ho, beyond, emotionally abusive, and all that other stuff that mainly come by, or physically abusive, however it may be. And they try to like handle their stuff and dictate how relationship work through like a more of a tyrannical approach, more than like a practical approach. This is why a lot of women actually label like those type of podcasts misogynistic, right? Now, Kevin Samuels, God rest his soul. The late Kevin Samuels. Kevin is way different by how Fresh Fit run their show, how Unfiltered Podcast mainly run their show, in which he invites women basically on his show, you know, who's seeking advice on how to attract, you know, the top 10, top 1% of men, right? And he asks certain questions with like, how old are you, dress size, weight, Do you want us to continue to basically work, post kids and all that other stuff? All that decent stuff in like a professional tone. And when he gives women, like give women some opinions based on what they don't want to hear, some of the women that actually come on the show actually go berserk. And Kevin Samuels basically matches that same energy. What Homeboy here primarily is doing, and then mainly following along, is they're basically actually like Myron and Fresh and Chris. They're basically riling up the women that's basically there and actually sort of all this crazy tones and everything, and not actually being playful with them, not trying to actually be encouraging towards them. Their communication is actually very professional. Even though it's very professional, it's extremely tacky, it's extremely tight, it's extremely awkward. He doesn't command the respect of the room. They don't even command the respect of the room based on what the women have in the podcast. Even though some women actually chill with like those three, I understand that they had the little fallouts with like the Fresh and gang and all that other stuff. But they literally run like the same old stuff that's going to literally get them heated, literally in the long run, right? If a woman labels you with two, okay, no big deal. Respect your opinion. You move on to the next one. And you go on your merry ways, and now he's claiming that the two is basically on the beauty stuff. You're trying to challenge him. Oh, we're light skinned. Why am I a 2 and he's a 9? That's her opinion. Move on. Walk away. Why do you have an issue with all the people that are actually rating you? You're literally acting like the next modern day Myron Gaines just because you can't get your way due to your deep insecurities with women that you had up in the past or whatnot. Or any of these say you have some charm that we don't know what you have. My suggestion to you, Eric, if you're listening, if you actually hear this stuff that I'm actually about to say, is to please go seek some help with therapists. Go do some digging of like how the world works and how women mainly operate and how folks mainly operate. Give yourself some time to actually really try to speak out to more people and talk to some more folks that's really up in the real world. Because folks that have careers, folks that are entrepreneurial, having very serious business outside of what you, Fresh and Fit, the rest of the guys are doing. They ain't got no time to be speaking to women literally in this manner. Okay? Kevin Samuels wouldn't even try to speak to women in this manner the way they did, unless that woman matches that energy first. Right? That's a big difference. But Eric, in the case with him, he's trying to mess in. He's trying to rile him up just like Rowling. Just so he can have like a kick-out moment just for like some more viral views. And this type of stuff is just literally cringe. And again, you get rejected, whether it's like a job, school, applying for school, relationships, businesses, however. Don't take it too personally. Move on. Let them go. Develop your tough skin. Trying to build better on yourself from here on out and create more opportunities towards you. You'd be shocked at how many more opportunities that come your way the more you move forward and then move on quickly towards other people. And no equals next opportunity. Remember that.
And you know it's so crazy because they'll do that on cameras, but off cameras they are not.
They
are not like that. They are not like that.
Listen, I have videos right now. On my phone that I would embarrass those motherfuckers if I put them out. I embarrass them. They know who the fuck I am. They know that shit. He has my number, right? He knows everything. He's got people not to want to work with me. Sneeko, a whole bunch of other motherfuckers that I was cool with, purposely because they got 1 million plus subscribers, right? But here's the thing. They're bitches, bro. Turn the cameras off. They're pussies. And they know that shit. Fresh is a fucking pussy. I would smack the shit out that nigga. That fat ass nigga, I would smack the shit out there. Now Myron, we'd go for rounds, you know what I mean? But that nigga's a pussy too. That nigga, every time I see him, I go straight up to him. The last time I saw him, you were there. Yeah. What did I try to do?
You try to bump into him.
I try to bump into him.
And he purposely tried to do like
we were walking, and I see him coming. I purposely went up to him and try to bump him.
He switched spots. He moved his girl to the side. Yeah.
Now, before I did, ladies and gentlemen, just forgot one quick moment. Yeah, let me try to get the camera up a little bit. My apologies. I did a little bit of research on the three from Unfiltered Podcast. Eric Orlana. The other guy we know is Josh Orlana. I believe that's his brother. And I believe the third gentleman that you see up there, who's a 20-year-old entrepreneur. That is a owner, if I'm not mistaken, at exotic luxury car rental they have up in downtown Miami. I'm not sure if he has, not really sure if he has, like, he's the owner himself or he's like a co-owner. We don't know, but that's basically what's given. And I'm well aware that Eric has a girlfriend at home. He's in a serious relationship, from what we know of. So far, like what I've been hearing, after I've watched some of his videos, the whole 9 yards. And my question to Eric and the other three are this: why are you guys still concerned about some chick that's just rating you like a very low number if all three of you guys are self-proclaimed alpha males or high-value males, right? Doing your own thing, spending racks, trying to develop your studio and actually building your studio from the ground up, having a very strong following, which I'm not actually trying to like discern you from. Why are you guys still concerned over a woman that just rates you as a 2 if you know you're already taken? More specifically, Eric, why should you still be concerned if you're ready? Why should you specifically be concerned about any other woman that rates you if you know you have a woman up at home that truly cares about you? Why should you be concerned about some other woman that's literally rating you at this point? You know what I'm saying? Why should you be concerned about that? You know, that's the thing that I want to get at here. Because if you're really high value, if you know you're really confident like that, if you know you like the alpha, if you're authentic alpha that you claim to be, a high value, you don't need to have like a hissy fit lily acted ass to try to Frank Castle somebody just because they have like a difference of opinion and saying that, oh, the 2 is basically from like earlier, even though it's not really it may not be really the case. It may not be just them being light skinned. It could be, maybe it could be facial features, how they dress. It could be like a variety of reasons of why she ended up giving you a 2. And yeah, sometimes the mood that comes by within the temperature of a room that you may give them could affect that as well, based on how they look, depending on the mood that you give them and how you treat them as well. So that may be the reason why she may give you that type of rating. But still, why should you be concerned? Why not try to keep a woman that actually continues so on and rather than mind just trying to go one up her and try to sort of put her in a place that way? You know what I mean? You ain't gotta worry about doing stuff like this. Now, if, say, the woman thoroughly belittles you or in any form, like calls you all these disrespectful names, you know what I'm saying, all the way down, like, extremely blatant, we have a different story, we have a different topic at hand. But you being concerned just because somebody rates you a 2? And these are like high value men that start off their podcast. I know y'all got this refreshing fit, like the 2 like lame balls, the goofballs, those 2 fuck faces that are a little very contradictory, and like their words and then the actions. You know, they're not really who they say they are. I can respect that. My hope is you not following the same path that Myron, Fresh, and Chris are following now. And to wrap this up, to mainly gentlemen that I want to actually speak, and then ladies, you can try to follow in on what I'm about to say here. Never, ever, ever, ever be afraid of failure. Okay? Never fear rejection. Okay? Rejection will always be a part of life itself. If you see a bunch of no's and people turning you down and all that stuff, NO basically means next opportunity. And if you fail and if you stumble, basically come up short doing the best that you can. Okay? And I get it. You know, when you do best, like once you actually are steadfast or failure and you work to the best of your ability, you'd be surprised at how far you come. And you can literally be like one of those 3 minutes up in the podcast. Difference is you're going to be much more humble, right? You're going to be much more humble doing like a 6-figure salary, while someone like Ebony Williams will try to K you and actually jump on your finish line. You know, one that actually trying to have someone that owns rather than have someone that drives or just works for a living.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus driver. But we think that it's another human being's responsibility to give us what we need instead of us building together. I could build with a bus driver. I'd have my little stash over on the side in my prenup, but I could build with a bus driver. So I think some of the criteria that we look for in the reality of today keeps us unhappy, keeps us angry, keeps us unbalanced. And then when the men show up, we want to beat them up because they're not living up to our standards and criteria. And it's not working, beloved. It's just not working. So it's not that it's bad or wrong. It's obsolete. It's obsolete. We have to come up with a new way of being. I don't believe in carrying a man. A man has to do for himself.
Out of the 50,000 plus comments posted on social, I only saw a handful that even considered the possibility of a bus owner being a more aspirational position and recognizing that I am actually speaking and pouring into the ascension of black men when I said what I said. But see, no, some of y'all were too busy naming and shaming me personally and black women in general as undesirable, gold diggers, and much worse. Now, I suspect that some of y'all are the same men that were bringing home C's and D's on your cards, only to then be coddled by parents that said, well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best. Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of black men. So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay. No, I will not create a soft place for you or anybody else to fall comfortably into the bigotry of low expectations. So I'm going to say one more time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother Gloria drove one for years. But could it be that black America has been sold a narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy. And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass. But see, because I know the truth about black folk in America, no, average is not and will never be good enough for me. The gag is, I don't think it's good enough for you either.
You know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to try to weed out the people that want to build and actually want to grow with you, rather than the people that actually want to try and use you up and spit you out. All right? It ain't win or lose. It ain't succeed or fail. It's either succeed or learn. I've personally been through many failures. I was mainly a C&D student going through college. I had a couple C's dealing with graduate school as well, even through my PhD, which unfortunately got booted out from, but I learned a bunch from it. So it's either you win or you learn. You don't fail. One of my best friend's mom literally taught me this when I got out of college. And I'm here to actually spew that same message to you. Do not be afraid of failure. You'll be able to actually literally thank me in the long run. All you gotta do is try to come up with like some numerous strategies and keep yourself calm. You know, keep your mental health high the best you can, and try to calm your nerves as best you can while going through this process. Because in life, you're gonna go through many L's. You're gonna go through many crappy moments, and a lot of the stuff that you do, a lot of the work that you build, will not be sexy. It will not be beautiful, and it will not be heavily popularized. But as long as it gives you like the best results that you learn for possible, as long as you learn and you get yourself better, that's the most important thing that you should be able to focus on at the end of the day. You gotta be worried about like some goofball that's trying to kick somebody out just to give you some rain and act like some chick that doesn't want to hear on some opinion on what he or she is basically saying. You gotta deal with none of that nonsense like this, man. So, with that being said, Christian Paul from the Nerd Chronicles is signing out. I wish those three from Unfiltered Podcast well. As long as they do as long as they make those dumbass mistakes that Fresh and Fit are making, but God forbid I may be wrong, but who knows? But as long as they're not bitter, as long as they don't act too arrogant, they could be fine. As long as they have like some more humility and not get too phased up by certain opinions and certain ratings, they should be because they should be good to go. And yes, I've done some research, and more so, right? The results, the proof, on who those folks are will come out in due time. The more they post those podcasts and the more their channel continues to grow. More information will be coming out on those 3 folks. All right? Just to let y'all know. Chris and Paul is gone.
How about you, Justin, the show?
This was definitely worth getting banned from Fresh and Fit. No, I'm just saying.
What do you mean banned from Fresh and Fit?
Yeah, check this out. Like, I've been on Fresh and Fit twice. I was supposed to be on there a 3rd time last week Wednesday, but I have a job. I'm not stopping my job for something that's not paying me.
Okay.
So today I was supposed to be here, correct? And I am here. So one of the assistants from Fresh and Fit, they were like, hey, we're doing a podcast tonight. You could come out. And I'm just like, I'm already going to be on the podcast. I could come to the Wednesday panel. And she's just like, oh, if you're going to be on Unfiltered podcast, then you're going to be banned.
What's the name of that girl?
Divine Red.
I know that Divine Red got fucking humiliated by fucking DJ Academics.
Who said this was like?
Come on, you bro, you're
Shut the fuck up.
disrespectful.
Shorty,
You should know enough to know he's fucking capping.
And she sucked Myra's dick to get back on the show. And if we're being honest, we can spill the beans.
Do you see